Welcome to the 2017-2018 NBA preview. My name is Josh, your Enviers, and today we are finally in the playoffs, covering the 16th ranked team in the preview, the Utah Jazz. Like usual, huge inspiration in Grantland, and also like usual, the series isn't based off of who's going to win a championship, it's solely based off of win-loss record. Last season, the Utah Jazz has 51 wins. This season, they lost some key players, and I do not see them reaching 50. I see them 10 less, 41, 42 wins tops. Last year, this Utah Jazz team really came into their own with Gordon Hayward and Quinn Snyder, proving that he's a good coach, and I absolutely love him. Rudy Gobert became this defensive monster, and Derek Favors, he was kind of in and out of the starting rotation, trying to find his role with the team, and this season, I feel like he's back to being that starter next to Gobert, and we'll see how well that plays out. Now they don't have Gordon Hayward on their team anymore. He was the heart and scoring option for this Utah Jazz team. Let's see what they did in the offseason to try to improve that spot where they no longer have Gordon Hayward and they no longer have that scoring that Gordon Hayward provided. Let's see how they try to improve that and fill that gap.
So here's what happened in the offseason. The big thing is they lost Gordon Hayward. He was their scoring option, like I said in the beginning. They lost George Hill. He was their defensive option, and I guess to some extent scoring as well. Shelvin Mack, Trey Lyles, Boris Diaw, and Jeff Whitty all gone as well. Really the only people that matter here is Gordon Hayward and George Hill. What they acquired, however, to replace that, I don't feel like it was enough, hence them slipping from last year. They only got Ricky Rubio back, who's an okay point guard, not a huge fan of him. Thabo Sefolosha, he can be a good defensive player, possibly a 3-and-D guy. Jonas Jerebko, however you say his name, Boston Celtics player, didn't really see much of him. I guess he's a stretch 4. And Ikepe Udoh, who was playing overseas and had a pretty solid year, so he's back in the NBA finally. I personally feel like what they gained didn't equal out, but they did have a pretty good draft. Donovan Mitchell with the 13th pick. Him in Summer League was absolutely amazing. He was an amazing defensive player. Nice scoring option as well. So his future with the Utah Jazz is something to hopefully look forward to and be happy about. Along with drafting Tony Bradley with the 28th and Nigel Williams-Goss with the 55th. I like Nigel Williams-Goss. I like him as a player. He probably won't make this team. It'd be cool if he did, but probably won't make the team. So moving on to the rotation for the Utah Jazz. The projected rotation looks like Gobert, Favors, possibly Joe Johnson. I mean, you could switch them either out with Joe Ingles, Rodney Hood, and Ricky Rubio. Not a bad lineup, but definitely not a good one. In the Western Conference, you need an elite lineup because a lot of the Western Conference teams got better, and this Utah Jazz team didn't necessarily get better. Taking a look at their bench, we got Udoh, Jerebko, Ingles, Sefolosha, and Dante Exum. Now, really, their X factor for this Utah Jazz team is Dante Exum. He's on his last year of his rookie contract, and he's coming back from an ACL injury almost 2 years ago. He was a top 5 pick in his draft class, which is surprisingly enough. 3 of the top 5 guys in his draft class, Jabari Parker, Joel Embiid, and Dante Exum, have had some type of knee problem or foot problem. So, yeah. Unfortunately for Dante, Jabari Parker and Joel Embiid have had a better start to their career, producing numbers and helping their team win games. While Dante Exum, on the other hand, he's essentially become a 6-man to role player for this Utah Jazz team, and last year he only got like 18 minutes, so this probably is the reason why his numbers aren't the best. So hopefully this year he gets some more opportunities and it's his breakout year for the Utah Jazz.
Overall, this team kind of scares me. Not in a good way, but in a bad way where I have them pretty high. I have them making the playoffs. But like I did say in my previous videos, you could switch this team with the Nuggets or Pelicans. I feel like it's either going to be one of these 3 teams. I don't feel like it's going to be all 3 of these teams in playoffs, but I could be wrong. So my question for the Utah Jazz team is, where's the scoring going to come from now that Gordon Hayward isn't on this team? Is it Rodney Hood?
I talked a little bit about Dante Exum, saying he could have a possible breakout year. Hopefully he helps contribute offensively for this Jazz team. But Rodney Hood is also on his last year of his rookie contract. And when you look at the roster, when you look at the lineup, when you look at the bench, Rodney Hood is basically their best scoring option from the 3-point line. I mean, Joe Johnson, depending on how many games he plays. He is getting up there with age, but he's a consistent and reliable source when it comes to getting buckets, especially in the clutch. But truly, Rodney Hood needs to step up and get buckets this season. He was hurt a few games more last season than he was prior. He had kind of a down year when it came to scoring and all of his other stats just because of it. But hopefully he's able to be more aggressive this year and kind of take over for the lack of George Hill and Gordon Hayward on this team, especially because during the fourth quarter, Gordon Hayward and George Hill were their primary guys to get the bucket. So we'll just have to wait and find out where the offense comes from this team. Let me know in the comment section below. Who do you feel like is going to be the primary scorer for this Utah Jazz team? Best bet is Rodney Hood, but maybe Derek Favors can show something, or even Gobert. Who knows? It should be nice, if healthy, to watch Ricky Rubio and Rudy Gobert play together. A lot of pick and roll action. I love the connection, but we'll just have to wait and see. So with that said, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like on it. It really helps my channel grow. And considering all the time and effort I put into this series, it'd be greatly appreciated. Before you go, check out some of these other videos on screen right now. I'm pretty sure you'll like them if you're liking this video. The playlist for the NBA preview is in the description if you want to binge watch this series, along with my Twitter @Enviers. Follow me there if you want to chat it up about the NBA preview or anything else. Keep sharing the series around. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.